Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Washoe. So, last episode we were working up there at Field 10 with our animals and that. I did get things cleaned up around there, looking a little bit better. I do have the 1455 and it's now back down here. It has the narrow tires back on it, as we can see here. We are going to start off today with getting some spraying done. As I said in the last episode, and I gotta remember, what do we have in this tank, or do we have anything in this tank? I don't think we have anything in this tank. It's not coming up. Okay, I'll have to double check that later. We need to get herbicide down on the ground. Field 9 is really weird. Let's take a look at this. Field 9, if you remember last time we had a problem, yeah. See, Field 9 we had, this area here had weeds and then this end had weeds. Well, now the center area has weeds. So I'm going to get that sprayed. And then all of Field 4 has to be sprayed. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. As far as growth goes, everything is growing. Field 16 is now ready to mow again. So we can get that, work on that coming up very soon. But the idea is that I had, and I made a few changes. Hopefully if I remember to put it in, there will be a screenshot of us selling the milk. Unfortunately, I didn't get a screenshot of selling the eggs because I had a problem. With the eggs. Let's see if this works. There we go. The eggs on that platform, it was really weird. The front two pallets, which were both pretty much full, the one on the left side had no problem when we pulled up to sell it. The one on the right didn't sell at all. Not one box sold out of that crate. On the back, we had those 5 loose boxes. The 2 on the outer edges sold without a problem, but the 3 in the middle wouldn't. I even lowered it. I tried it in different positions, loaded, unloaded from the trailer. It just didn't want to sell any of them. Not sure why. So it took me a little bit, and without having to take about 5 screenshots to show them being all sold, I decided that the best course of action with that was to just get them sold, get them out of the way, and then I decided to make a change. And hopefully this change will work. We won't know until we have some more eggs. As I said, hopefully it does work. Pull this back here because it did, by the looks of it. Yeah, there's some weeds right here. There we go. But yeah, hopefully that the new setup will work. We'll have to just wait and see. Well, I see, you know, hopefully everyone is having a good week so far. Today is Wednesday, September 11th. Now, for those of us in the U.S., today is a day of remembrance for 9/11, 18 years ago. With the incident in New York City with the Twin Trade Towers. But our biggest thing today, let's get back on track here. Our biggest thing today is going to be getting these fields sprayed. That's going to be our biggest thing. And then I want to show you what we did. Up on the hill, because I said I did make some changes. I did get it all cleaned up there. All of the patches and that were all cleaned up. Fixed up some pathways. I do have a couple of ideas, but for that we're definitely going to need some more money, because we're going to have to do some landscaping. Like I said, we did sell the milk. I did sell the eggs. Total between the two was just over 13,000, almost 14,000 actually, total. That was made. Actually, I think it was more than that. No, it would have been 14. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we made about 14,000 off of everything. And then, as I said, I made some switching around of a couple pieces of equipment. Hopefully, like I said, won't know until we get some more eggs in that if all this is going to work out. But hopefully it does. But this is the biggest thing as far as the main farm here goes. I did get all of the animals are all fed, are all taken care of. The cows have their straw. I did remember this time. And I was over too far again. Keep messing that up on this field. I keep starting over just a little bit too far. But at least our fields will be all set and ready to go here. This last little bit here. And we'll get this emptied back out again. Get it put away. Excellent. Don't hit the sign. Ah, I hit the sign. I was hoping that'd be folded in far enough. Guess I'll have to pay to get that sign fixed. Look how quickly that empties. And you see, most of our equipment, excuse me, is all put away. So I have a couple pieces that we don't have any place to really put them. I know up on the hill with the animals, we don't have a shed up there yet. I'll take a ride up there. Squeeze in here. And here we are. So I've got everything all nice and cleaned up. I widened out this pathway a little bit. I made sure we're all filled with water and fertilizer on all of the greenhouses. I got us a path down through here so we can get the tipper in here underneath there to be able to get up the manure, which we are producing. Our slurry tank, which I did not sell the slurry yet. Really wasn't a super lot, you know, there, so I figured we'd wait a little bit longer until we had a full tank. This is where the changes come in. I went back to the Josket. And the reason why is because of the little 833. It actually works really well with that. And of course, here's our 833. And I got, as you can see, a small tipper. This actually works really well behind the 833 as long as you're not going too fast when you go to turn. Otherwise, everything decides it's going to tip over, since this doesn't have a real lot of weight to it. I did go pick up our scoop for the back of this so we can clean up the animal feed areas. Which looks like the cows are making a little bit of a mess already. But they're doing good. We got our 25 cows there. And then the other change I made is I got another version of that trailer as the bale trailer setup, which is working. By the time I got done setting up everything, though, we had one loose box, so I just threw it on the back here. And then I decided we had 4 of these crates, and I could probably squeeze all 4 of them on here, but I decided to just go with the 3 on here. And I put one on this one because I got a second one and got 2 more. So this way, when we pull this trailer out to go sell, we can quickly just swap out, put this one in its place, go empty that one, bring the empty one back, park it over here on the side. And this way we don't end up with this issue of having an empty loose box just sitting here in the square when we come back. And we got a nice wide path across here. Be able to get in and around here. Nice wide path out here on the side for feeding and cleaning up the chickens, which they have a little bit of mess here too. That's all coming along really nicely. Of course, nice wide path across here for the cows. Our milk container. And I did put in this grass patch here just to kind of separate this pathway and the area for the milk. It came out halfway decent. Of course, we still have our wraparound path that goes all the way up and around the area here. Now, unfortunately, this area back down here, or these little patches of grass and that from the other cowshed that was up here. And I can't get rid of this because it is technically part of the piece of land that's around the outside edge of here. So, in order to fix this, we're going to have to buy this land around it, which is just over 89,000. And then I can clean this up. And that'll be just one of those kind of like field flipping type of ideas, where we buy it, clean that all up, and then sell it back again. But while we owned it, the other idea I had, besides cleaning that all up, is doing some landscaping here at the end of the tracks and taking out part of this hill, smoothing this all out, flattening it down, taking out this tree here, and making a path nice and smooth, cleaning this all up, making a nice smoothed out grade all the way down here to connect to this path. So that way, instead of going all the way up and around that way, all we have to do is go right up through here for easy access to the animals up here. And for easy access, you know, coming down from the animals to be able to get feed and excess manure after we've already filled up the greenhouses and that. Or if we don't have enough, we can just come down that way, fill up here, and go right back up that way and around. So it'll be a little faster that way. But in order to do all this, we're going to need a little bit of money. Now we have 76,000, which is really kind of interesting because when we finished the project up there before doing the landscaping and before swapping around the equipment, we had just over 79,000 and we're at 76. So I think we did pretty good. But the next thing we need to look at is, if we go into here, I want to take a look at contracts. And of course our usuals are back. We have our big fertilizing jobs, at least 2 of them. I don't know if field 1 is available. And it is. So we could do that again. We could take on our fertilizing contracts, start working through those. That'll make us the money that we need to finish working up around the animals, and get us through another day, or at least definitely through the rest of the day and through the night until tomorrow. It's going to be at least another 2 days, I think, before our 2 fields are ready. But if I do a couple contracts, and then tomorrow in the morning we'll head up to 16 and we can get that mowed. And I think with that, let's see, this time around we will be baling that and making silage, I believe is what I need to make. I also had an idea about that too. But let's do this. Let's accept field 1. At least we can get started with that. Get the 1455 back out again. Get started with fertilizing field 1. I will grab the 7250. We'll grab our hook lift trailer and the tank. See how much we got in here. 13,000. Hopefully should be enough to cover at least field 1. But we'll grab our liquid tank, bring it up filled with fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, so we can refill this up at the field. Because I know we're going to have to refill this at least 3 times. But now that we got the animals pretty well situated now, that situation, we can easily clean up the animals. We should be able to easily sell the eggs now. Things should work out really nice there. I think the 833 will work really well for up there with the animals. There we go. Get this lined up. Start this on a worker. Excellent. Now this episode probably going to be a little bit shorter. I know I've said that before, but this one actually will be, because there really isn't a super lot that we need to do right now. Like I said, the animals are all fed and taken care of. All that area is taken care of. Worst part we got right now is this run back to the farm. Make sure we got no traffic coming so we don't get run over trying to cross the road. But completing field 1 for that fertilization will take, a few hours. Another couple hours, it's going to be getting too dark to be able to see what's going on, to be able to record. biggest part of what we had to do with the farm is done. I had to spray for those weeds. Yeah, I think we'll get this. What do we have this set for? We do have it set for liquid fertilizer. Okay. So we'll fill that up with liquid fertilizer, get it up to the field. Have it on standby so we can complete that contract fairly quickly. So it's going to take a couple hours to get it done. Yes, it is the largest field on the map. We're definitely going to need more storage though. Go. Well, part of the idea I was thinking, I was talking about before with, 16 and that, is a lot of farmers in real life purchase a lot of the feed and products in that for their animals if they have animals. And there are some farmers out there that have no animals, but they do all the work, get all the product in that together to make the feed for other farmers. I know actually right here in the area in real life where I live, there is a farm that is strictly hay. They do haying every year, and they make up the hay and get it all baled up, put it into storage, and then they sell the hay to local farmers and ranchers to feed to their animals. So my thought was, since the farm is doing fairly well financially, we're actually basically kind of turning a profit, I guess you could say, between milk and egg sales and our cash crops. Go run and catch up to this guy. We could afford to turn around and take things like Field 16, still do silage, but we do the silage to sell. and we won't have to worry about doing any type of haying because we could buy the TMR. As far as the chickens go, it's not that big deal because the chickens are only taking about 6,000 liters worth of wheat to feed them for 10 days. So we could probably still do that, or we could turn around and instead of doing the wheat, we take that field and whatever we're planting in 9, we also plant in 4, so we have the 2 small fields together as a cash crop, and we just buy our wheat and straw as well as our TMR. That would also reduce, the amount of equipment that we would absolutely need right away. We definitely wouldn't need the tedder. So you get rid of that. But with that, we could concentrate more on doing cash crops as far as the actual field work goes. Because the cows, with the manure, we're using that for our greenhouses. The slurry, we're taking that up to the BGA to sell, and then I'm taking the digestate, turning around and selling that. And figuring that way, if we go more cash crop wise, we can also look at purchasing more fields. It might help us to get increase our upgrade. I shouldn't say increase, but upgrade some of our pieces of equipment. So doing our fields will be even easier, and doing our contracts will be easier because we can still do those. So that's a potential idea I'm looking at. We get use all of our fields that we have for bringing in our income, plus the products that we get from our animals, and we start buying our feed and our bedding. I mean, we still have our silos for storing, of course, excess product, because buying the exact amount that you need every single time it comes time for feeding or laying down bedding, you'd always end up with a little bit of extra, so we'd have to temporarily put that in storage. And of course, we'd use up what was in storage first before we bought anything new. Let's get this filled up. sure we're lined up right here. Don't want to waste too much. There we go. And so far, we are what, 17%? That's basically going to be it today, guys, I believe. Like I said, simple day today. Unfortunately, being on console, we can't take on multiple contracts. Because otherwise, I'd find another contract to do, like harvesting or something, and go work on that. But around the farm, pretty much everything is taken care of there. But like I said, we'll continue with slowly upgrading things, changing things around. Keep slowly working our way forward. And I know it doesn't seem like we're working forward, but when you really think about it, we definitely are. You take a look at all the equipment we have, the animals we have, the land that we own so far. Things are definitely moving along. We're staying in the black. We're not going negative. We're not having to take out a loan, which is always a good thing. I mean, if we wanted to rush through it, yes, we could take out a loan and, you know, increase the size of our equipment immediately. But then, you know, you have the interest on the loan. You're going to want to pay off the loan. So, I figure this way, we'll just take it one step at a time. We just keep working. But like I said, this video is going to be, you know, it's going to be a little bit shorter because this is all I'm going to be doing. Going to finish getting this field done, get this contract done. I'll make sure I take a screenshot at the end after we get paid. Well, not after we get paid. You know what I mean. Man, it's going to be one of those days. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. You know, I'm really enjoying this this little series. I'm having fun playing the game. So I hope you guys are enjoying this too. But until next time, guys, this is Farmer Modhub. And as always, be good to each other. And blessed be everyone.